So here we are, officially starting your major project. This is your final project and everything you've been working towards in the course so far. This is an opportunity for you to showcase everything you've learned and to show us your best work. Now your major project needs to be presented as a formal report. How you do this is up to you, but I would suggest to use a similar format to that of your photo gallery. This is because you'll already be familiar with that program or that format. So for example, if you've been using PowerPoint to show me your photos, then I suggest you carry on using PowerPoint to complete your report. You may want to use Word to do this report instead, but it definitely needs to be a program that is compatible with lots of typed work. It will also need to be a program that allows you to upload photographs or your research, any images. I'll explain now how you're going to set out your work. There is a particular format and it's not that tricky once you're shown. To start with, it's a good idea to have a front cover like I've got here, identifying that this is your major project and who you are. You could have a photo here. You could leave it blank for now and upload a photo of your final cook once you've completed the entire project. The content of your report is going to be set out in the guidebook that you've been given, but I wanted to show you how to lay it out to begin with, just to give you a starting point. It's very good practice to start with an introduction. Now my recommendation would be, as an introduction, to first of all type out the design brief. This will act as a reminder for you through the entire project what it is you're working towards. So I've literally just copied and pasted the design brief here where you could type it up. I've then added my own paragraph saying what it is I'm going to be doing. So I'm putting into my own words, summarising what it is I'm working towards for my final project. I've then started to talk about and summarise what afternoon teas are. Now in order to do that, I needed to have completed research first. So this might seem a bit back to front, but my recommendation to you would be to collect information, complete research, whether you're using the internet, whether you're making visits, whether you're collecting leaflets or menus. Collect all that information up before summarising it in your report. That information and that research you've collected can still be included in your report, but it's not in part of this written aspect. Any visual research or information that you've collected needs to be included in an appendix. So this is a second part to your report and comes after your main writing. I would recommend that you actually add a title page for the appendix. Each piece of research that you include in your appendix needs to be titled. I would suggest using letters. For example, Appendix A, Appendix B, Appendix C, and so on. You'll reference these appendices in your written report. This shows me where you've got your research and where you've got your evidence from. Let me show you what I mean. Here I've started summarising my research. We look at the second part of this paragraph. I've stated that back in 1840, a typical afternoon tea would consist of a small finger-type sandwich and sweet cakes such as scones. This of course was served up with a pot of tea. Some of the most popular afternoon tea sandwich fillings included cucumber and smoked salmon. See Appendix A. Now if we look at Appendix A, we'll see where I got that evidence from. Appendix A has been titled as such, and it shows screenshots from a source showing me what the traditional sandwiches were. It's also got my notes, so as I was completing my research, I was making notes alongside it. My research shows that sandwiches needed to be light and dainty and were traditionally made with white bread. They would often be crustless too, perhaps to make them even lighter. So I'm learning about the afternoon tea and what those elements needed to be. If we go back to my report, the last part of my paragraph says, in today's society, afternoon teas have become a treat and can be used as a way of celebrating special occasions. For example, my research has shown that they're becoming increasingly popular as a way of celebrating a new baby or for hen parties and birthdays. See Appendix B. Appendix B will show us that I have found information and research that suggests that this is the case. As you can see here, I've got a couple of screenshots from different companies offering afternoon teas as a birthday treat. So once again, I've collected the information, found the evidence, and then written a few notes before actually summarising my findings in my report. So this is probably the best way for you to go about completing your report. Complete your research, write notes on your findings, collate it, don't discard anything. This will form part of your appendix pages. Once you've got all your information, it will be a lot easier for you then to start writing out your report and summarising your findings. The guidebook will give you a list of suggestions of research tasks that you can complete for this major project, but you're not limited just to them. If you want to explore and develop your research further or in different ways, please feel free to do this. The guidebook is just that. It's there for guidance and to give you a suggested pathway. But this is your opportunity to really showcase what you can do. So really make the most of it. Can't wait to see what you do.